Let's begin with a blank slate. I have covered a table with a white tablecloth in preparation for our informal place setting. It is appropriate to also use a placemat if you wish. The meal we are preparing for is an informal 4-course meal. We will serve first the soup course, followed by a salad course, the entree, and the dessert courses. We will add the service plate to the setting first. The service plate, also called a charger, is used as an underplate for the first course. It should be placed directly in front of where the guest will be sitting, 2 inches from the edge of the table. When the first course is cleared, the service plate remains until the plate holding the entree is served, at which point the 2 plates are exchanged. The service plate may serve as the underplate for several courses which precede the entree. In our case, it will remain through 2 courses, the soup and the salad. Next, we will add our eating utensils to the place setting. For any place setting, you must place exactly the amount of silverware that is needed for your meal, and the silverware must be placed in the appropriate order for eating the different courses. Recall that our dinner is a 4-course dinner. We will need the following utensils: soup spoon, salad fork, salad knife, dinner fork, dinner knife, and, to be added later, a dessert spoon and fork. Place the dinner fork to the left of the service plate, directly next to it. Next, place the salad fork to the left of the dinner fork. You can tell the difference between the dinner and salad fork by their size. A salad fork is usually smaller than the dinner fork and is always placed to the left of the dinner fork in an American-style meal. Next, place the dinner knife to the right of the service plate, directly next to it, and a second knife to be used during the salad course to the right of the dinner knife. The blades of knives always point toward the plate, so be sure to place them as so. During a meal, utensils are used in an outside-in order, as illustrated in the current state of our setting, where the salad utensils are on the outside and the dinner utensils are on the inside, indicating the salad will be served before the entree. Because soup is our first course, we will add a soup spoon to the right of the knives. If we were serving shellfish, an oyster fork should be placed to the right of the soup spoon, which, by the way, is the only fork that should ever be placed on the right side of the plate. Now we will add our glasses to the place setting. The number of glasses you add can number up to 5 and are placed so the smaller ones are in front. We will serve water, a red wine with the soup course, and a white wine with the entree. First, place the water goblet above the knives and at a relative 1 o'clock position to the plate. Next, place the red wine glass to the right and slightly below the water goblet. And finally, place the white wine glass to the right and slightly below the red wine glass. Glasses can be placed at a diagonal above your knives, in a triangle, or in a straight line, depending on your preference. Placing a coffee cup and saucer is optional. You may choose to bring out coffee at the end of the meal or place it at the table as customarily done at dinners where a lot of people are being served. Should you choose to preset your place settings with coffee cups and saucers, place them along with a coffee spoon to the right of the glasses or eating utensils. Dinner rolls or other bread item is always a delicious addition to a meal. A bread and butter plate is provided separately to accommodate this item in an informal place setting. Place the bread and butter plate at the 10 o'clock position relative to the service plate above the forks. Place the butter knife on the bread plate at a slight diagonal pointing to the 11 o'clock position with the handle on the right and the blade pointing down. For the dessert course, you may place the dessert fork and/or spoon above the service plate on the table during the initial place setting, or you may choose to bring them out with the dessert course. If you choose to place them during the initial place setting, you should arrange them above the service plate so that when they are pulled down into position, the fork will be on the left and the spoon on the right side of the dish. The final touch to your place setting is to add your napkin and any other decorative items. This is where your creative freedom comes into play. The napkin can be placed on the service plate, to the left of the forks, or even stuffed in a glass. You may also decide to use place cards to assign a seat to your guests, in which case you can place them directly on the service plate or directly above it. We will place our napkin on the service plate. We will also add a decorative item to enhance the look of our table. This concludes our lesson on setting a table for an informal four-course dinner. I hope you've enjoyed this time.